She's got the paper review, and Dipti, you're starting off with this big backlash, of course, after the FBI Director James Comey's shock firing.
That's right. Fodder for the cartoonist, no doubt, Stewart. It really does have an air of reality TV to it, doesn't it? In fact, for the LA Times cartoonist, it really does feel like we're on Donald Trump's TV show, The Apprentice. In this cartoon, you've got Trump saying, Comey, you're fired, his famous catchphrase from that show, saying it's nice to get back to my old job. We really do get this impression that Trump is missing being the boss on The Apprentice. But the cartoonist says it's the special cover-up edition, a cover-up perhaps alluding to the fact that many believe Trump fired Comey because he was investigating Trump's alleged ties to Russia during his presidential campaign. Nonetheless, his dismissal has cast a doubt over the future of that Russian investigation. That's what the New York Times says. The FBI has said it will continue to investigate crimes. It's business as usual. That's what Andrew McCabe, the acting FBI chief, has said.
Now, you've actually found a piece as well in the Daily Beast talking about Andrew McCabe, haven't you? Saying he's got a questionable past of his own.
That's right. It's quite interesting because the Beast explains that he's a pure product of the FBI. Unlike Comey and previous FBI directors who came from other departments, McCabe rose through the ranks of the FBI. He's, quote, seasoned and level-headed, but he could be more controversial than Comey because of a scandal dating back to last summer when it was revealed that McCabe's wife accepted almost $500,000 from the governor of Virginia, or the governor of Virginia's political organization, for her own state Senate campaign. McCabe was called to recuse himself, but he refused. And so the conservatives are now saying there's a lack of ethics and that he should definitely not be investigating Clinton at all.
Now, Comey's firing coming as a shock to everyone, not least the White House press secretary, Sean Spicer.
That's right. He went AWOL for a little while. The press secretary was caught completely off guard after Comey's firing, the Washington Post explains. Spicer said he had wanted to send out a press release via email and sort of take control of the situation, but he didn't really have enough time. So he literally ended up in the bushes of the White House, not far from where the U.S. TV networks were broadcasting live. His assistant was then sent to tell reporters that he would answer questions, but not in front of the camera. And then the Post actually describes an extraordinary press conference that took place in, quote, near darkness between two tall hedges.
Very strange. Totally different story for you now. Austria, we're taking you to. The resignation of the Vice-Chancellor. It's spreading uncertainty in the country's political future.
That's right. Politico says this is a kind of event that may not raise an eyebrow were it not for the fact that Austria is once again stirring Europe's politics. Reinhold Mitterlehner, who was the Vice-Chancellor and leader of the centre-right People's Party, resigned on Wednesday. He'll be replaced by a 30-year-old telegenic man called Sebastian Kurz. Now, the ruling coalition in Austria is already on shaky ground. It's definitely got a lot of problems, and this, according to Politico, is going to benefit the far-right party, who narrowly avoided being elected in their last elections. Anyway, it's making front pages in Austria today. It's enough. That's what Kronen Zeitung says on its front page. I've had enough, maybe, echoing Mitterlehner's reason for resigning. The ousted party leader said he had gotten tired of serving as Sebastian Kurz's, quote, placeholder, and basically sick of party politics within the coalition government and within his own party. Now, his replacement, Kurz, wants a, quote, free reign in the centre-right party. That's what Die Presse says on its front page. Now, it's interesting because Kurz is considered the party's secret weapon, one of Austria's most popular politicians. But in an opinion piece, the newspaper Die Presse says Kurz inherits an unattractive position and that he's their last hope. If he doesn't succeed in reuniting the party, well, this could signal the end of the party itself.
And finally, from Dipti, we're going to talk about one of those really crucial, very important issues that we like to bring you on the programme. The British Daily Telegraph is talking about what it calls middle-class kitchen injuries.
One of the biggest injuries is what they call avocado hand. So our love
I think I've had that one, actually.
Our love for avocados is causing great pain, literally. The number of people reporting to ER rooms with what they call slashed palms has increased in the UK. They have either stab wounds or slash wounds as a result of cutting into unripe avocados, or getting injured while trying to remove the slippery interior seed of the avocado. In fact, the British Association of Plastic Surgeons is even calling for safety labels to be put on avocados, warning people of the dangers of opening avocados.
Ridiculous.
It's not just avocados. So here in France, there's injury that's very common around Christmas and New Year. That's the oyster, what they call it, the oyster thumb, stabbing your finger or palm while trying to open oysters. There's also camembert burns when you dig into a piece of camembert and burn the roof of your mouth. And also sourdough gums, grazing your gums while biting into the rough sourdough bread.
Okay, for me, it's cutting the skin off pumpkins. Always, always covered in blood by the end of that. Thank you very much. Titsy with the papers on France 24.